My name is Elizabeth Meredith. I'm a writer. I blog at lameredith.com, and I am an accidental Alaskan and a traveler. This summer I have a side hustle in tourism, and I promised you last week that I would talk about some things that I think travelers could do a little bit better when they're planning their carry-on for their cruise. I've noticed that a number of people have seemed surprised when they hit delays. Let's say their train goes long and they don't make the meal or get to the ship at the time they thought they would. Let's say there's traffic, maybe an accident is delaying them from going to the restaurant they were planning on hitting, and they are famished. Sometimes travelers also put their passport inside the bag that they check instead of having it right with them on their carry-on. Or they have their medications, maybe their cancer medications or heart meds, on their luggage that is checked onto the ship. And they won't be with that luggage sometimes for many hours. Can I make a suggestion? Don't do that. There are some easy ways to make travel in Alaska a lot more fun with your carry-on. And that would be plan your carry-on, just a little thing. Plan to keep something with you, even if you have a helpful tour guide that says, I'll carry it for you and you'll see it again at the airport or on the ship. Why would you do that to yourself when really they're easy to carry? You could have a little snack, something unoffensive like nuts, maybe an apple, maybe a Quest bar that keeps you with a little bit of protein and high fiber, keep you regular while you're traveling. You want to keep your eye drops with you, keep your medications with you, and by all means, keep your passport close by. Why would you want that to be far from you? Keep it close. Keep it where you know it is at all points, and your wallet and other identification. I would suggest the other thing I've noticed is that people bring copies of passports, like a copy machine copy, or their ESTA or their visas, whatever. When you can bring original documents, by all means do, even if you have a helpful tour guide at home or a planner, a travel planner who says, hey, you don't need anything but a copy. They may be technically right, but you are going to be the person sitting in a line somewhere waiting for us to sort your details. So instead of doing that, bring your originals when possible. Passport, your original other travel documents, little snacks, your eye drops maybe, your medications for sure, all of that stuff. Keep it with you. Keep it close by on your carry-on. One time my luggage got lost. It wasn't on a cruise, it was on a different travel event. And ever since that time, when I was going to a family reunion actually, I've always kept a change of like a shirt or skirt and shirt in my carry-on, just in case I'm separated from my luggage for a long time. If you can do it, just keep it simple and small, but have one extra thing to wear. Why not? The other thing about Alaska, always dress in layers. The weather may seem like it's going to be rainy and cloudy and dreary, and then the next thing you know, it's beautiful and warm and you don't have cool clothes, or the opposite. So dress in layers. The most important thing I think you can bring traveling is your best attitude ever. Remember, this is your special trip that you're about to go on. You have earned it, you've paid for it, you've planned it. So don't let something like weather or a car accident somewhere or a delay get in the way of your enjoyment. Meet nice people, see everything that you can, and just know that you have done this for yourself, and we are so glad that you came. We're glad to have you. Glad you came to Alaska. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you'll come back and tell your friends. Always on a carry-on, I like to bring a good book or my Kindle. If you're looking for a good book, may I suggest Pieces of Me, Rescuing My Kidnapped Daughters? Not only did I write it, but it talks a lot about Alaska and a certain time in Alaska's history when people were quite giving, and I mean, we're still giving, friendly people, but it was a time when people rallied to support someone who was in need, me. So anyway, if you're looking for a good book, you can buy it online. It's on audiobook. I'd love to have you read it. If you're planning a trip to Alaska and you read it in advance and you have maybe a friend or so, I could try to meet you in Anchorage for coffee and a little book impromptu book group if you have time for such things. That's fun. At any rate, one of my favorite parts of writing and doing book events, whether it's Skype book groups or talks at universities, it's the same thing that I love about tourism. It's when I get to say to people, I'm really glad you're here, because I am. Glad you're here, glad you came to Alaska or that you're considering it. Glad you stopped by today. Thank you.